Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Eclectic Knitter podcast. My name, of course, is Raylene, aka Come On and Knits on Ravelry. You can find show notes for this episode at theeclecticknitter.com. Episodes can be found on YouTube and iTunes and on the blog. There's also a link in the Ravelry group. So, yeah, that is it. It has been about 2 weeks. I am using the computer on my lap, which is why you can't see my hands, and it's moving a little bit, but I'm using the good camera, not just the integrated laptop camera. I figured it was better to record this way rather than to not record at all. So this is what you get. I am wearing my contacts, didn't put on any makeup, put on the contacts so that I could go to the off-leash park with the dog and wear sunglasses because it's really sunny outside. But it means I have decent lighting, right? I'm not even doing anything. It's just like the light coming in. Anyway, the dog is sleeping. He's been passed out since we got back, basically, from the off-leash park where he ran around like an idiot. So yeah, let's get into it. I have a finished object. Sorry if the camera is shaking. I'm really sorry about that. I finished my Yowza Way It shawl. This is out of Miss Bab's Yowza What a Skein in the Excellent colorway. You can see I left my stitch marker on it for how far I was last time, so I did a couple more rows and then I did the ruffle, which is then doubling your stitch count, and it has been washed and blocked, so I'm going to take this stitch marker off of it now. Come on, thank you. It is really long, so I may have trouble showing how long it is, considering so yeah, it's quite large. It blocked out very nicely. All I did was, still smells like Eucalypt. All I do usually to block out stuff like this is wash it. I use Eucalypt. I really like the Rapture Jasmine scented one. And I let it soak in semi-warm water. Tepid water, I suppose. Ooh. I can see a point here where either the yarn broke or I only went through a couple of, okay, anyway. So yeah, I just soaked it for a while. And then I just laid it flat. I didn't pin it or anything. And you can see the ends like curl and ruffle. It's a little bit warm to have something like this on today, but this is how I would probably end up wearing it. And this like curls right up in on itself and looks kind of roughly. So this is going to be offered to my sister-in-law. If she does not like it, then it will stay with me. I don't know if I'll wear it. I knit an entire skein of this colorway and I still don't know if I like it or not. I don't know. I like the finished object though. And it does look good as this finished object. So I'm definitely not complaining about that. So I finished that just after Stash Dash. Stash Dash started on Friday, May 26th. So I waited to do like the last couple rows of the ruffle and then the bind off, and I did that Friday night so that it could count, because that's like 550 yards or something. The next thing, I did not work on my little boxy. I did work on my flax sweater a little bit. I maybe put on another inch, but it's just more stockinette in the round and it doesn't really look any different. I have picked up my row cardigan for my sister-in-law, which I'm in the middle of the row. I'm in the middle of a row on row. I can't even, the dog's currently using it as a pillow. I'm working on the ribbing, the button band, which is 8 inches of ribbing, and I'm like 2.5 inches in. It's the ribbing that will never end. sorry so yeah, that's that. It's taking forever to get anything done. I do have a hoe that I had forgotten about and I don't think is in the show notes. I bought a skein of Query Fiber Art self-striping blah 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 when she was still selling it in 150 gram skeins. And I bought the colorway Tokyo Underground. And I have knit myself a pair of socks out of this at 72 stitches. I have not done the heels. I've done afterthought heels. So they are still sitting to the side because I wanted to knit my mum a pair of socks out of this as well, and I wanted to make sure that I had enough to finish my mum's socks with the afterthought heel. If I can't do my socks out of this with the afterthought heel, like do the afterthought heel out of this yarn, I'll use like a mini skein or something. So this is the first sock for my mum. This is Query Fiber Arts self-striping strong sock or something. It's her 80/20 2-ply. This is the Tokyo Underground colorway. This is 64 stitches on a US 0. That's a 2.0 millimeter needle. And yeah, I haven't cast on the second one. I had this one done like up until about here, and then last weekend I just ripped through the rest of the sock because I was avoiding other stuff. Isn't that always the case? When you don't want to knit stockinette for miles, you knit stockinette on a sock for miles. Oh dear, this might end up being a really short episode, it seems, and I just got, oh, there it is. This is in one of my Fat Squirrel Fiber sock bags. The next thing that I'm actually working on, I am also in the middle of a row. I'm doing Hoey Locatelli's Starting Point Mystery Cal Shawl Stole Wrap thing. Mystery. Clue 3 was just released. I'm actually almost done Clue 3 on the one triangle that I've started. So if you don't want to be spoiled, I would look away for a while. I will try not to oh dear. I won't be showing my colors. I showed them last time. They're in a bag over to the side and I don't want to jiggle around too much. So, how is this finagled right now? Okay, so I finally got longer needles. I got another pair of size 6s. Let's see if I can show this off properly. So this is, I can't show this off. One second, I'm going to move these stitches over to this needle so that I can show it properly. It's just going to take me a second here. So, I'm really enjoying it. I'm almost, like I said, I'm almost done Clue 3. It was released, well, for me, the time zone ends up being that it's released like Thursday evenings usually. It took quite a while to get here this time, which it hasn't previously. But that's okay. I am weaving in ends as I go. So, this is, you can see it starts down there. Oh, come here, yarn. I need another hand, like, to smudge that out. So it starts at the triangle at the bottom, and you work your way up. Does these chevron bands. Now I'm just getting into the twisted rib segment of Clue 3. And then I will be done Clue 3. So Clue 2 ends like here. So Clue 3 is this, and then some twisted rib. I'm really, really liking my colors. Color 1 is this really light gray. It's a bluey gray, really. It's called Moon Glow. It's Tosh Madeline Tosh Merino Light. My colorway, this is color, the dark color is color 4. This is Thunderstorm, also in TML. The pink is Madeline, also TML in Coquette. My color 5 is this blue down here, which is Baltic in TML. And my color 3 is the Speckle, which is Hedgehog Fibers Skinny Single in Monet. So you can see that Monet has these pops of darker blue and like hot pink, and so that kind of ties into my color 2 and 5. And then Thunderstorm is actually like a really dark blue-gray, so that kind of ties in as well. And then the Moon Glow has blue in it as well, so that's kind of how it got started. I'm really enjoying it. I have to do a whole nother section like this eventually, but for now I'm keeping up with the clues with one section, which she said was a valid option, to keep up with the clues, doing, you know, only doing each clue once and then going back and doing each clue again after the fact, so that you can keep up and still be involved in the chatter. Which is good, because that's kind of what I need. I don't want to spend, you know, my whole week working on that when I have so much other stuff on the go. I'm not going to get my flag sweater done for Mad May, but at least I got a good start on it. The row cardigan kind of is the next thing that I really need to work on. And then Camp Loopy starts June 1st, and I bought yarn for that. Let's see if I can very gently pull that out without breaking anything. So I bought 3 skeins of Into the World Dresden DK in her kettle dyed Moriarty colorway, and I was in the club when she did this as a hand painted. So it's a really, really dark black, and then it has, you can see it has pops of, very slight pops of blue and purple and yellowish green. You can see the yellowish green kind of over here. So I have 3 skeins of this. It's 230 yards per skein. It's superwash merino. I haven't picked a pattern for it yet. I actually have the tag here too. There you go. You can buy this direct from her shop, or they stock it at the Loopy U. So I bought 3 skeins of that to do some kind of shawl with, I believe I'm going to be doing. And, oh, yeah, I pulled out, I might do the brickless with it. That's what I'm thinking. I know the brickless was meant for Yowza, but Yowza is like a really light fingering, and a lot of people, or a light worsted, and a lot of people use it in place of DK. So I'm thinking about doing a brickless for me in this, and then I have a skein of Yowza set aside to do a brickless for my mom. So that's kind of what I have planned. And then Scrumptious Pearl is also doing a knit along in June with her yarn. So I pulled out one of her travel club colorways. I'm in her club this year, called Luck of the Irish. It's a 4 stripe, I believe. It has like this dark blue and a light blue, and then a dark green and a light green. This is her Stripe Me Up base. She's Canadian, so there we go. So yeah, I'm going to be knitting a pair of socks in this, hopefully. I would really like to take part in that. I have quite a bit of her self-striping yarn, and I have not knit any of it, so this is a good opportunity. This is in another Fat Squirrel fiber. I think this is a Sock Plus bag. Not that I've started it yet. So yeah, I didn't actually pull any of the yarn out that I bought recently, but I placed my first order and got my first shipment of Brooklyn Tweed. I got some loft and some of their new lace weight veil. It's really pretty. I should have brought it, but I didn't think about it. And in the box, they included, like, I think I got like 5 different printed copies of patterns. Um, and I already have, one of the ones that I got was Quill, which is a really, really pretty shawl that they did out of Loft. So I already have a digital copy of this that I bought on Ravelry. You can see this is the basic kind of layout. So I'm going to be giving this copy, this printed copy, away. I'm going to just use the episode thread for this. No, I'll open up a separate thread. And just say what yarn you would like to use to knit this shawl. It's really pretty. I don't know what I'm going to use to knit it yet. The large version uses 5 skeins of Brooklyn Tweed Loft, or 5 colors. So the main color uses 5 skeins and then 1 color of each of the 4 contrasting colors. So 1375 yards for the main color, and then about approximately 200 yards each of contrast color 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then the small version, is approximately 1100 yards of fingering weight. They just did it in one color, which I assume is this creamy one, cream color. It's really pretty. So if you want it, tell me what kind of yarn you would knit it in. Would you do the single color or the multicolor? Here, the multicolor, I'll just show you quickly. Actually, I can show you. That's the multicolor version that they did without giving any of the pattern away. It is very pretty in the multicolor. It's very large. So yeah, if you want it, tell me, give me details on what you would you knit the small? Would you do it single color? Would you do it multicolor? What kind of yarn would you use? Would you use Loft? Would you use something else? Tell me. I'm interested because I don't know. I want to knit it, but I haven't knit it. And then I will mail that out. That is it. The dog is sleeping. I don't have anything else. I haven't really been reading except for like trashy fluff romance novels in my spare time, which is small. I haven't really been playing any video games. We went to a barbecue. Skate Saskatoon had their yearly wind-up, so Cyrus and I went to it, and he charmed everybody he met, of course. And today, like I said, we just got back from the off-leash park a little while ago. And my parents are coming out in a couple weeks for camp. They're camping and spending some time, and they'll get to meet the dog and see if they like him or not. Hopefully they do. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys are all enjoying what you're knitting. I'm enjoying what I'm knitting, except for the stockinette that never ends. Or not stockinette, the rib that never ends. And I will talk to you guys in a couple weeks. Bye!